Hello, crafty friends. Apologies for being a little bit late today. I'm going to move us over here. I had some technical issues, and so I'm finally ready. I'm finally ready to come and do some stamping with you. And it is our last week of celebration. So celebration ends on February 29th, and there's so many fun things to collect. I hope you've had a chance to collect some of them. One of them is this beautiful Sunny Days Designer Series paper. We're going to use a couple of our papers that we haven't used today, but I also wanted to show you these mini alphabet dies, and probably easier to take them out to show them to you. These dies give you the opportunity to do lots of different sayings that you may not have in a stamp set, or that you don't want to print out, or you want some color to. So, well, hello, Elaine, and hello, Carlene. Glad to have you both here. So we're going to show you. Oh, no, I have to still move you back. Just kidding. We're going to show you some ways to use these and some tips that might be helpful, okay? So the Sunny Days Designer Series paper, free with $50 purchase before February 29th. It's kind of fun because it does coordinate with the, okay, it's a rainy set that does have some dies to cut out some of the clouds here on one of the designs of paper. But you can also just use your scissors and fussy cut them if you don't want to buy the whole coordinating die set. All right, when you are using these mini alphabet dies, here's a few little tips. Somebody gave me this tip, one of my teammates. I can't even remember who it was. But you're going to want to put some of our adhesive sheets on the back of whatever color that you're cutting out for your letters. And when you're doing white, sometimes you can't see that it already has this white adhesive backing onto it. So just take a Sharpie marker, any color will work, and draw some lines or stars or dots or whatever you want to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to know that whatever is on the back of your letters is already sticky, is going to be sticky. Okay, so we've got all of those lines drawn, and you want that on the side that does not have the perforations. So you'll see that the perforations for this adhesive strip is on the other side. So I'm going to take off that adhesive. Start with one piece, and I cut this to about 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. Will fit onto this, so the die will fit onto it. Okay. So I'm taking off all the protective backing, and then laying that onto my white. That's the first thing we're going to do. Now, when you cut these out, you want the die to go face down on the side that you want face up. So don't put it on this side with the sticky stuff. Put them on the side that you want to show on your project. So we're going to do that. Maybe if I can find the top to I've been running this morning, and so fast I haven't even had a chance to get out of my exercise clothes. So I guess we could call this today our exercise. Here we go. We are stamping as exercise, right? You can tell your husband, I didn't buy any more craft supplies. I bought exercise equipment. Bonnie said so. So it also fits on the mini cut and emboss when you have a 3 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch sheet. Now you may want to go through the machine twice. So I'm backing it up. All right. Once you're done, move that off to the side for a moment. Hopefully where I won't need some on top of something else that I need, which is usually how it goes. So now can you see I've got the stripes on the side that has the sticky side. Let's use you could use your roller take your pick tool to get out all of the little pieces if you need to. Anything that's still stuck in there. Or you can use the attachment with the pokey tool. to poke out the last ones, an I and a U. Okay, so you've got all those letters ready to play with. And I'm going to show you a couple of different, one design of card, a couple of different ideas. Actually, there's an extra design in there. So for this design of card, I am using a 3.5 by 4 3/4 piece of designer series paper, plus a 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece of a different, a more subtle design. So maybe you're going to have a really bold design on the front and a subtle design or something different on the back. Okay, so we're just going to offset them each. This is just an easy card design because we're going to focus on our words. So I put those two together. You could wrap some ribbon around it. I had some ribbon in here if you wanted to. Let's do this kind of little design. I'm going to do it kind of like a package. So I'm going to leave a little tail at the top here so that so I can put a bow at the top, go over the top corner, over the top center, and around the back to the side center, down under the bottom center, and then over the other side center. That's how you might wrap a present, wrap a gift. This is some of our in color twine for 2022, 2024. These colors are just about to retire. Those colors are just about to retire, but this one just happens to be the sweet sorbet, I think, color, and almost using it up. So there, we'll put that little piece on there with a ribbon. You don't have to have a ribbon. You can just put this right onto your card. It does not need to have, I just have, my signature is lots of ribbon. I love ribbon. So we'll quickly glue this down to the front of our card. You could put it on dimensionals. I did on a couple of the samples that I will show you. But this is a great way to use up your designer series paper too, because you're almost using, you can get at least 6 pieces that you can use out of one piece of designer series paper. So 6 cards. Okay, so what should we say on this? I don't even know. I haven't even thought that far ahead. Let's think of, you could put something cute like, yes, queen. Or we could put, you can spell happy birthday, but we have a lot of happy birthday stamps. So we're not necessarily trying to spell something that we already have. Maybe you want to just say somebody's name. Let's see, who do I have? Or maybe I do have a new demonstrator. So maybe what we'll say is welcome. Should we do welcome? Welcome to the team. I don't know if I have, I don't think I have enough of that. So let's just say, howdy. No, that doesn't really go with this theme. What should we say? What should we say? Poppies, poppies, my love. We're going to say welcome. Because I think there are 2 E's. One of the nice things about this die is that they have 2 of some of the most used letters, like your vowels. So we have 2 E's. I knew WELCOME, and I can put her name on later too when I remember what it was. We have a new person on our team. Now is a great time to join in case you have any interest in having your own experience as a demonstrator. I should have been saving all of the pieces I needed. WELCOME. So this makes it very easy to personalize with a name. COME. I think we got it. Or it might be another W, but I think they are interchangeable. So we'll do that. Now we know that the side that has the stripes, that we did the stripes on, is the side that we need to take off. We'll quickly put those on here. They don't even have to, the nice thing about this design is they don't have to be straight. Oh, I need to leave a little room for her name, huh? Put this up here a little bit. Now save this piece right here. I'll show you what to do with those, with the negative part of your dies in just a second. So this can be just a little these can be little dancing letters. You could also use your blending brushes to color them, maybe make them in ombre colors, like from the red to the pink. Blend them all together. I started with my W and then I realized I wanted to start on this end so I can make sure that I've got plenty of space. So you can get really punny with them too. We're going to do that in just a moment with some funny things to say. So there's welcome, and then I could put to the team or welcome to a name, and I will do that later. So there's our first one, really quick and easy. Whoop, let me just drop it down there. I could have put my bow down here as well. It does not matter. But there's our first one, okay? So one of the things that you'll want to do is keep all of these. Let's see if I have an extra one here. You want to keep all of your pieces in a clear envelope. And this clear envelope, you can take the adhesive off and fold it over and put it in your scraps. So put that in with your scraps of black or my scraps of white. I don't see that I have an envelope out here, so I'm going to have to do that. So when you're needing to do it quickly, you can maybe already have the pieces, the extra pieces cut out that you needed right here. All right. There's another little tip worth showing up today, right? Okay, we're going to do, and we've done this one. We'll put it off to the side. Let's do another one using. Oh, don't lose that because I need that in just a minute. I'm going to use the Trusty Tools Designer Series Paper. So here's what it looks like. Another one you can also choose free for just a couple more days. And again, this one does coordinate with the Trusty Toolbox, I think, suite in the mini catalog, but you won't be able to get this paper after the 29th. So make sure you grab it now because you can get it free with a $50 order. You can see both sides of the papers here. This one has a little screwdriver pattern going back and forth, nuts and bolts and hammers, all sorts of fun things. So this is where you might want to also combine it with something else. So I'm going to combine this one with a stamp set I already have. You don't even have to have the Trusty Tools to use this. This one's called He's All That. It has To the Man Who Does Everything with a couple of hammers and wrenches? I think that's the word. Oh, God, suddenly I can't think. Okay. So we're going to use the negative images from this. I still have some that are still stuck in here, but I'll get those out in a minute. And this time we're going to cut out around the letters. So I'm going to cut all of my letters out. I want it to say nailed it. They don't even have to be straight. You don't have to worry about them being perfect. N-A-I. L right there. Need that other I too, so we'll do both. This is why you might as well use all of the pieces from your paper. This one I actually got an idea from Melody Hyde. She had done this on one of her things too. She's a demonstrator and a designer at Stampin' Up. And we need the E, nailed, and then we need one more I. I have one right here, already done, and a T. So you want to cut out around the letters, giving it a little bit of black. So you won't be able to cut out every letter because sometimes you need to squish over there to get the other piece out. Okay, same design, 3.5 by 4 3/4 and 3 3/4 by 5. Glue them together. This will be the last one we create today live. The rest I'll just show you the finished cards that I made. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work out. So your guess is as good as mine when we're doing live stamping. I figured it would work if I put it over here. So we were going to put right here on the saw blade. Here's it. Let's see if it's going to work. D. You could put some paper behind it if you wanted to, but I just want the pattern to show up through here. So Nailed. See how fun that is? All right, I think it's going to work great. So now I've kind of laid it out. I know where to start laying them out. Since we did the whole piece of the adhesive sheet on the back of this, all of these are already adhesive, pre-sticky. That is the word. There's the word. And this one, we don't even want it to be exact. We kind of want it to be like a ransom note. So we'll just take them all off. This is the fun part. Do 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 do. Got the whole song going. Make sure I put the right letters down. When I was young, I took a calligraphy class at the local college, Dixie College, it used to be called back in the day, and with my mom. And sometimes we notice that when you are focused on spelling something, like with calligraphy, or in this case, spelling it out, you can misspell really easily because you're so focused on forming the letters or taking the adhesive off the back here that it can be a problem to remember, did I put that in the right spot? Did I spell it correctly? So it's good to have it kind of laid out so you know where it's going. This one's just going to be a simple card, but it's going to be fun to have. You could also do other funny puns. Let's think of some. Tell me if you think of a good pun that we could use with this tool set. You could put, this is not a drill. put a hammer on it. Speaking of a hammer, I just already cut one out. Look at that. So I've got this one that's already cut out. I've got it on some dimensionals. I was going to put it on a different card and I decided not to. So you've got nailed it. Then on the inside, we are going to stamp. You could also put this on the outside. Doesn't matter. This one says, wishing you a happy Father's Day. I'm going to put it over on this side. I'm just going to put everything on this side. We'll wash that off. And then I think I even did a different color. Pardon me while I grab my copper clay. So that it says, wishing you a happy Father's Day to the man who does everything. Love it. Love it. Sometimes we can remember you don't have to put things right in the middle. It might give you more space to write in the side on the other side. So there you go. There's my inside of my card. Nailed it. Dad, you nailed it, right? What do you think? So there's our first two. Simple. We've got our basic one and we've got one that's outlined. While we're doing these, I'm going to show you that you can combine them with a stamp set as well. This one is the perennial postage. And while it's kind of scripty, look what happens when you combine it with the letters. And I cut these out of Pretty Peacock. And it says, you are loved beyond measure. And so I used the same designer series paper and just made this one I made for our Stampin' for a project sheet share. And I just used two of the not so busy patterns and cut one of our measuring tapes out, put that on there. So there you go. I love that one. So it could be son or grandson or nephew, whatever you wanted to say on that one. Okay, let me show you something else that you might want to have in your package. Just a second. in this case that the dies come in, you will want to cut out, and I just took one of the, one of the window sheets that come with not a clean, but a photopolymer stamp set. When I take off the stamps and I adhere them into my case, so I take the stamps off this cling sheet and I adhere them inside my case for a photopolymer stamp, save one of those and cut out all of the letters. In fact, I had to go a couple on here and a couple down here. So they're all on here though. So now I have a template. This template, I think there was also a Melody Hyde that gave this idea. You have a template to draw on. So I started drawing, and you can see they're not beautiful. It's not beautiful. It doesn't matter. And I'm using my new Stampin' Write markers. Some of our Stampin' Write markers now have this really nice bullet tip. And you're just going to draw some. She just shared this one yesterday, and I said, oh, I have to share it. I love that idea. That's the good mark of a good crafter, is when you see a great idea and copy it. So you're going to draw those little lines like that. Don't worry that they don't look beautiful after you've traced them and done your little lines. Then you can take your cutouts and put them right on top of that. And it gives it a little shadow behind it. Isn't that adorable? So again, this is the Sunny Days Designer Series Paper, different, the same one that we used for the first card. I'm just using those two cards, or those two Designer Series papers today. But there you go. And I've combined it with our Rainy Days little turtle. What is that from? Playing in the Rain. That's from this one, Playing in the Rain. So you've got your chin up, and you can say something short and pithy. Okay, let me move those off the way. Okay, let's go back to, this is another one I made. I thought was funny. Speaking of funny. Okay, here's one. Same Designer Series paper, the trusty toolbox. And this one's another, here's the stud. Happy Birthday Stud. And I used the Biggest Wish stamp set. So you may have this one already in your arsenal, in your craft collection. And I just cut a little piece of my paper so it looks like he's cutting through that Happy Birthday Stud, and cut out one of the saws. I've been having a fun time today. Now you can combine both. Oh, let me see if I can grab it. Combine both. I used the Sweet from the Sweetest Cherry stamp set. And this time I did Berry Sweet Friend. So I wrapped my ribbon around the center, cut out the berry with some of our, it'll come to me. What color was that? It tells me right here. Shaded Spruce, colored cardstock. And I used both the cutouts and then the negatives, and then pop up one of the little berries. So hopefully that gives you some great talking points, some great crafting points that you can use your mini alphabet dies that are now in my store. Creative Juice by Lonnie. Let's get that on there so you know where to find it. I did not have time to put the number on, but I can tell you the number. The item number is 162934. And that has all of those little mini alphabets in there. So hopefully that gives you some inspiration to go pull out your alphabet and make some cute cards using your own words. You can say whatever you want to say on your own creations. It could be it would be perfect for scrapbooking as well, obviously, because you can write days, times, all sorts of fun things. So thanks for joining me. Remember, last week of celebration, you have till Thursday, the 29th, but I would not wait till then, because sometimes people have trouble getting the things they want if they have sold out, or If there are any kind of technical difficulties on the website, you don't want to wait to the last moment. So get your orders in and enjoy all of the fun things you can make with your mini alphabets. Alrighty, let's put them all out here so you can see everything. Woohoo! There you go. All right, we'll see you next Monday. I don't think it's a holiday. I think it's going to be March. We'll march right into the springtime and do some fun things, some more fun things next Monday. Same time, same channel. See you then.